Let's do it. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 432, recorded on August 26th, 2015. I am your host and friend, now for almost 16 years, Brian Kilby. With me, we have Matt, a.k.a. Melvar, Don, also known as the Headmaster Don, perhaps you've heard of him, Diecast, a.k.a. Diecast. We're not going to call him Andrew or Andy. John.
Doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Andy?
John and Rob Clay. Gentlemen, how's it going? Diecast, you're taking that survey still?
Yeah, it's a long survey.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. You want to take a survey?
You want to take a survey?
Was a Animaniacs segment?
Yes, I believe it was.
That is a weird cartoon segment.
It is.
I can't, like, as a teenager, however old I was when that was on, I didn't really think about it, but now, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still no Chicken Boo. God, I love Chicken Boo.
And that's
What's the matter with you?
That's one of the reasons why you're wrong.
Don was a Minerva Meek fan. We have to.
No, I just did not like Chicken Boo, and Katie Kaboom was not funny.
I didn't
Dawn strikes me more as Slappy Squirrel.
Yeah. Or from Tiny Toons, the Baby Plucky.
That was a good bit.
Water go down the hole.
Wallet go down the hole.
That wasn't a good show. well, Tiny Toons was, but not
Tiny
that.
Toons is great.
Moving on.
Moving on. Hey, you know what's a really... I'm not going to overstate this. What is a good cartoon, surprisingly, shockingly good, is Sonic Boom. It's funny.
I'd seen some clips from that.
I don't know what that
really
is.
good.
That's the end theme to Sonic CD.
It's the current Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon.
Is it based on the end theme to Sonic CD?
No.
Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, Sonic. That's great.
But
No.
the matching game has a wonderful glitch that you can.
But it's got stuff like, I guess, like one example is like, so I think after they blew up Eggman's base in one episode, he moved in with them because he had nowhere to stay. So it's just like, you know, the slobby roommate trope.
I
But
want
that's
to
the
watch
kind of
this
writing.
now. Has this got Jaleel White in it? Is Sonic?
No, I don't think it does.
No, I don't think so.
That was
But
the old
That
cartoon,
was
I
good,
guess.
yes, good assumption.
Yeah, it was. But both Sonic and Sonic Sat AM.
This isn't based on like deviant art stuff, is it? Because it sounds like it could
No.
be.
No.
I'm sure there's plenty of deviant art on Sonic Boom now, but no.
Okay, good. Hey, so last week we talked about Splatoon for the Wii U, and apparently we were way off. I don't know how, but apparently I didn't really get what we were wrong about, but apparently we were way wrong. So I bought a Wii U just to test it out. No, I bought a Wii U for Mario Maker. But I just happened to literally buy a Wii U since last week, so. But I'm not going to play Splatoon, I'm sorry. But yeah, we got a lot of feedback on that. Rob, did you listen to that? Do you know anything about it that we didn't get right? Or, I know Rob Springer was like, I bet you wish I was on, don't you? I'm like, yeah.
No, I have not caught last week's episode yet, so I do not know. You know, what all I know about it is that it is kind of sort of a shooter based on paint and capturing territory via paint, and that's about all I know about it.
You know, that's what I thought the gist of it was, but
Yeah, I don't know.
But
So is it like a 21st century gotcha for the NES? Maybe?
Probably not.
Probably not, yeah.
All I know is that they're, in video game based Twitter, there's a fair amount of talk about it, and I don't know the game and I don't have a Wii U, so
I can tell you this, unless you want Mario Maker, don't get a Wii U.
if I was going to have one, I'd probably also get Monster Hunter Tri Ultimate just to be able to play Monster Hunter on a big screen as well. But yeah, that and Mario Maker are about the only things I would really, really want for it at the moment.
I can say this, if you do have a Wii U and you want to watch us on the go around your house, you can bring us up on the browser and watch us on your on YouTube through our website at tfradio.net/live or at tfradio.net. Got to get that plug in there. And while you're there, subscribe. I don't know if you can actually subscribe to it on the Wii U, but you should just go to your PC or your iPhone or Android phone and do that. That would be wonderful.
And then watch on your Wii U.
And then watch it on your Wii U. Watch it about 500 times. That would be awesome. So besides my Wii U, did anybody get anything over the last week? It seems like it's been a pretty slow week. John, you got some of the Autobot Combiner Wars cars, didn't you?
Yeah, I got Ironhide, Mirage, and Sunstreaker. I've only opened Sunstreaker. If you have the Stunticons, you've already opened all these guys already anyway. So,
I'm
but
not worried about
hey, it is what it is.
I'm not worried about missing out on them. I'll be honest with you.
Like I said, I think that in pre-show, like, I think you're like a super fan according to this survey, and if a super fan is saying that, then we're in trouble, fellas.
Host of the the Transformers podcast, the original. There's more than one now, but yeah, I would say super fan. I think I qualify for super fan, and
I think we all do just by being on this.
I think we all qualify for super fan, and Don qualifies for like
Legend.
Yeah, supernova fan.
Yeah.
Well, I have no life, so I win. Yay.
Yeah. So, do you like Sunstreaker? He's okay.
Is this the Chris Farley show?
No. Do you like dogs?
Do you remember when you opened Sunstreaker?
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
God, I forgot about that.
Man, well, okay. Let me say this about Sunstreaker: the head sculpt is nice. The yellow is pleasing. I'm stretching already. Like after 2 compliments. I don't know. I've said this before.
It sure is that breakdown mold.
Yeah, it sure is yellow breakdown. We've already reached, at least for me, like the first set where like I'm buying it for the combined mode and basically literally nothing else, and that's just kind of a downer, just kind of like a meta comment on the line or this collection, this wave. The only thing I care about is the super robot, just because he's so like insane. Yeah. And I do like the idea of them wearing Rodimus on the chest, kind of as like retribution for like getting Optimus killed or something. It's like we found a job for you to like take bullets and sword slashes and such. But I don't know. I mean, like that is like the cherry on top, the combining aspect of it, and it's the only thing I care about in this wave. So kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I canceled my pre-order. I assume that I will find them soon. If I don't, I'm not worried about it. And I'm also not worried about the subscription service 4.0. I'm just waving bye to that one. Not even considering it anymore. So
I still want it.
I'm going to live without it.
Oh, I do have like one legit compliment about this this wave, and I've only opened Sunstreaker, so I assume everybody else does it equally well. I mean, why wouldn't they? But the hand, feet, guns, and such in this wave are a nice metallic silver paint and kind of a nice gray color. It's a mix of just gray plastic and then also some nice metallic silver paint, and it's pretty classy. So there is that. It's nice, pretty.
Hey, John, do you remember when you were complimenting those hand, feet, gun parts on this combiner? Man, that was awesome. That was awesome. Chris Farley Show, ladies and gentlemen.
YouTube it, kids.
Yeah. God. Yeah, that was great. Okay, anybody else? Anyone?
Nope.
Really.
We are absent of new toys. I may have gotten something. I just don't remember. I don't think so.
Everything I want is like late, delayed, pending.
I did get a note that you got Cupola.
Yeah, Cupola.
Do you like it? I know you did. Did you?
And managed to transform it.
I had a hard time transforming it.
I did this without instructions, actually. So I'm not sure if it's right, but
it looks right. I had a hard time getting panels to fit together.
Yeah, I had the same thing.
That's what I hate about that. It's beautiful. I mean, it's like if you want a statue of Chromedome, basically, that's the stuff, man. But as a transformer, it just doesn't work for me. But it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's Masterpiece, definitely.
It's bigger than Masterpiece, so it's out of quote unquote scale. Going back to the conversations we've had, but it is really, really pretty.
I'm still gonna consider this Masterpiece for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But it's pretty. Did you review that one? I forgot.
Not yet. I will.
We should do a tag team review.
Yeah.
Or we should do a mini cast on it.
Sure.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
I want you to structure this review like a tag team match, so I need a hot tag like towards the end.
It's like, oh, diecast here. Let me tell you about this part.
Demolish everybody.
We'll structure it kind of like Game Pro TV back in the day with.
Oh my God.
That was it. Jamie Roth. What was his name? And
J.D. Roth.
Yeah, and the other guy,
who's now like a power producer in Hollywood.
That's awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and jump to this week in history. This is a big one for me, sort of. 1987, Transformers: The Headmasters, released for the Famicom Disk System in Japan. This week in history. So, in 1986, the Mystery of Convoy, depending on the translation, was released, and it was a hot mess. It was a terrible game. You've probably played it, and we've talked about it. But the Headmasters is it's a little better. It's not good, but it's a little better. And the disk system was intended basically so that you could have like programmable games and savable games, which Nintendo basically later on said, well, screw that. And definitely in the US just released battery backup instead of forcing you to have a floppy disk. But the game itself, like I said, isn't bad. John, you've played it, I think, right? Or have you not?
Yeah, I've played it.
It's okay.
It's all right. It's not terrible.
It's not like historically bad like Mystery of Convoy.
Yeah.
No. Kind of by like that same note, though. It's also, I wouldn't consider like a must play.
Oh,
like,
no.
It's on your checklist of games to play, but it's not something like, it's not like an experience, good or bad, that you really need to
It's on your
have.
checklist of Transformers games to play.
Right.
If you don't either collect Famicom Disk games or Transformers games, I'd probably skip it. Rob, have you played it?
Yeah, it's been a long time, but I do remember it at least being better than Mystery of Convoy.
I always wanted the Famicom Disk System. Never got one. That's one of the consoles that I've never had. Never actually had a physical Famicom. But still, eventually, I might get one. And if I do, I'll definitely pick up a copy of this and like a pack of rubber bands so that you can actually play it. Yeah, but that's pretty cool.
I found myself at my work describing to a guy in his early 20s who hasn't been with our company very long, trying to explain to him, and I felt like 1,000 years old, the unique experience of buying games that had instruction manuals that had artwork and more than like 4 pages, and a physical copy of your game. And I might as well have been like grandpa sitting the kids down by the campfire and explaining.
So I bought my first physical game that wasn't like a Five Below copy for the first time like 2 weeks ago, or that wasn't used and just like the game disc or the game cartridge. I got a copy of a Link Between Worlds for the 3DS, which was my second 3DS game in 4 years. But it didn't have a manual, and I was shocked. It had like it had like a 4-page leaflet on like safety, and apparently the manual's on the disc.
Like government required literature.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the artwork and stuff, guys, I don't remember where I saw it, but I did see someone was going to make a book that was it was an art book that was all of the old 8-bit game boxes.
All of them?
Or well, I think it was for Nintendo, but it'd be a coffee table book of the boxes all the games used to come.
Sadly, I would buy that.
Oh god, I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Like one of my prized possessions is that official Nintendo guidebook that came packaged with the NES back in '87. I still pull that out and look at it. Love that book. Just looking at pictures of games that I've played 1,000 times or bought and never played. Love that book. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the news. I'm going to start mostly chronological order. Last Thursday, Friday, maybe earlier this week, I lose track. News item popped up, and I was a little bit stunned. And XV's title on TFormers, I think, says it best. I can't believe it's not Cliffjumper. The next Masterpiece toy to be MP21R Bumblebee Red Body, which is coming in December. So it's the red version of Bumblebee. It's not Cliffjumper.
Why?
I guess if you want your collection of exotic or miscolored mini bots, this is the starting point.
Yeah, diecast in G1, both Cliffjumper and Bumblebee came in red and yellow. So
yeah, and in the US, I mean, outside of the US, like Windcharger had like 50 different colors, didn't he? Something like that.
there was a blue Bumblebee too.
Yeah,
especially the Argentine palette of colors.
and
I'm pretty sure in Japan, all of the, Bumblebee and Cliffjumper, and of course the ones that didn't get released here, were all released in red, blue, and yellow.
do we expect those to come out? Do we expect Takara
I
to do
would
this?
like to see a blue one.
Is that Glyph?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could be testing the waters to see, one, they need a cheap repaint before the next limited repaint MP figure comes out. But they maybe test. This could be like if they need more time, but they still want a Masterpiece present. This could be the mold they pull out to do a random tap out Glyph. Maybe they'll change the front and do Bumble Jumper, where you've got the
well, again, we're talking super deformed cars here, so there's like Cliffjumper would not be as close to Bumblebee in the Masterpiece line because they're not doing super deformed cars. Because Cliffjumper was a Porsche. And I can't remember right offhand what Bumper was.
I could not a Daihatsu, but it was something pretty bad. Hey, so what are the chances we'll get like Penny Racer versions of these things? Was there a Penny Racer version of that Bumblebee mold?
Probably.
Yeah. Plus they could also do Bug Bite if they wanted to.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Bug Bite and Wasp.
Yeah, I would buy that.
Ooh, I would totally buy a Wasp.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it would be. Any other thoughts around this? I'm just surprised and disappointed that.
This just screams basically doing a repaint to get extra money in the kitty for the next repaint for the next figure they can't do that many repaints of.
Yeah, I mean, so how many new Masterpiece toys are we getting this year mold wise? We this year we got Ultra Magnus because that didn't come out last year, right? We got Star Saber. We're getting Trax. Anything else?
Ultra Magnus came out right around the turn of the year. I think it was actually the end of December.
No, I didn't get mine until this year. So I mean, but within a year, I guess. When does Ironhide come out? Do we have a firm date on that?
I don't think so, but I may be misremembering.
Yeah, no date on him.
Hopefully after it looks better.
But
man,
if it comes out within the next 4 months, which I don't guess it will, that's still quite a few new Masterpiece molds for the calendar year or for the rolling year, which is more than normal because up until now in the last 12 years prior to this, we got 7 or 8 molds, something like that.
Well, Brian, also don't forget now, the designer of Devastator said he was wanting it to be the Masterpiece Devastator. So if you count him as a Masterpiece,
but it didn't turn out that way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it depends on how you
classify it Masterpiece.
Yeah. So that could be, that's like, do you count your combiners as 5 or 6?
Then you can count like Target Masters as 1 or an accessory.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of Masterpiece Ironhide, we have new photos of that. Does it look any better to you guys?
It still does not look any better.
No.
Well, it looks better to me, but I can't quite pin down why. But it does look slightly better.
I don't love it, but I like it better than any of the third-party versions that are coming out.
Well, now, I was talking
Yeah,
to
I think that's
Paladin.
where I'm stuck to.
Yeah, I'm stuck there.
Yeah, I was talking to Paladin, and I swear I think I like my iGear Ratchet and Ironhide better, even though they could be like a head taller just to be better in scale. But if the yen rate stays the same, and I may get them at some point, but for me it's the hip panels. I mean, I can see what you're saying, Melvar, about the diaper kind of front thing, but for me it's those hip panels just don't.
It was the hip panels for me at first, and then I saw the side view, and it just got worse.
Yeah.
So on the on this page, is that Lockdown? That's below Ironhide, standing there.
It looks
like
it.
Some kind of campaign, it says, but I'm not quite sure what the deal is.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. It actually.
It says Prime One Studio under it, so yeah, it's a statue.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Let's see here. What else do we have? So I haven't actually watched the video yet, but we have quite a bit new footage on Transformers Devastation, and we have details on some of the exclusives for the PlayStation Edition. What are we taking away from this? What do we know?
That they went for easy reskins?
Yeah, because we got
Nemesis, Prime, Gold Bug, and Red Alert.
Yeah, our pre-order bonuses on Sony systems,
which you can get at tfradio.net/tfgame. Just saying. That I haven't. I can't watch it now. But is anyone more excited about this than they were last week?
I'm excited at about the same level.
Yeah, same here. I'm still super looking forward to this.
Yeah, I stopped by my local Electronics Boutique, my local GameStop, because I haven't got a system that'll play any of the versions, because all I have is a PS2. But I'm not looking forward to having to buy a new system. But this looks like it'd be a good game to make me finally get one.
I'm checking.
You could always just get yourself a better computer, Don, because it is coming out on PC.
Oh, I'm looking at the pre-order now, and the PC is no longer listed on Amazon. I don't know why.
That's interesting.
If you have to get it through Steam or something. My Xbox 360 will play this.
My PlayStation 3 will play this.
Yeah, it's. I'm looking at maybe getting a PS4 because I just really want to play The Last of Us 2 because I've heard nothing but good things about it. So.
Ooh, you could get the bundle.
Yeah.
I saw that, but
wait for a Groupon or something. You can get a pretty good deal if you're just patient.
You know, for the price of some of those third-party toys that you buy, you could totally get a PlayStation 4.
I know, but I mean, I've got video games. I haven't touched a system in 6 months.
Yeah, you would touch this one though, probably, right?
Well, it's got that little panel on the back of the gamepad, so yes.
Yeah.
Kmart had the PlayStation 4 for $200, and people were price matching like Walmart and Target and
How
stuff.
How did they have it for $200? How did they have that?
It might have been a mistake, but people were price matching
it. That was probably when Kmart was closing out its video games section earlier in the year.
Wait, did Kmart close out its video games?
Yes, they did, or at least that's what I heard. My Kmart's last I was there did not have anything new. So
my Kmart was gutting its electronics section. I thought it was like a major reset, but it could be that they had just gotten rid of video games.
Yeah, they got rid of video games.
I mean, the thing is, if you go into a Kmart and look at video games, I mean, they have crap for the PS2 still, so yeah. I will be getting this. I was really excited, of course, as I've said. Then I became a little more disappointed by what the game actually is. But I'm going to just temper that concern, and I'll make my decision when I actually get it and am able to play it. So, not super excited, but I will definitely pick it up and I'll definitely play it. I wonder if we can get a review copy of this.
Sure. Lobby.
Yeah,
I think I contacted someone and they never contacted us back. So
we'll see. Okay, so what else do we have here? Okay, so Diecast, are you still taking that survey?
No, I finished.
Okay, this was all over Twitter yesterday. This supposed Hasbro UK survey that was supposed to have originated around auto assembly. Yeah. Asking all these questions, including like, what's your favorite third-party company? I question the authority of the survey. Not saying that it couldn't be somebody in Hasbro actually doing it, but I would say that based on some of the weird questions, the weird formatting, and the fact that it's a SurveyMonkey survey, not that a major company couldn't use SurveyMonkey. It is certainly a powerful tool. I've used it.
You have like 7 options for some of the questions.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So my thought is maybe somebody and Hasbro UK probably just created the survey, if it is actually genuinely from Hasbro, probably created the survey and just didn't run it up the chain or have it vetted through Hasbro US because they thought it really didn't matter. But then, of course, it blew up on the internet, and everybody's looking at it. I don't really put a lot of weight into the survey just because it just doesn't really read to me like it's a legitimate kind of survey. And plus, it's not targeted. It's by response. So basically, they're not targeting it to people. They're just letting people find it. So there's a bias in the results anyway. So
unless it was targeted to the people at Auto Assembly, and I'm not saying it was. I mean, I don't know.
It's likely because the people who first started propagating it on Twitter were people like James Roberts and I think even Chris McFeely, people who were at Auto Assembly. So
yeah, but other than a secondhand account from McFeely, James Roberts, those people, and they just said, hey, this looks like, I think James Roberts said something like, hey, this looks like a Hasbro survey. If you want to make your opinions known, click here. So I don't remember that he even said that it was like a real authoritative Hasbro survey.
I don't think he did. No.
Yeah, but the thing is, like I said, it was asking questions like, "What's your favorite third-party company?" Which it would be surprising for an official Hasbro survey to ask.
They want to know who to shut down.
They were like, "Who would you still buy from if you
if we let them stay in business?"
If Hasbro had a larger selection, like what third-party company would you still buy from and stuff like that?
Is that actually what it says?
Yeah.
That's interesting. And I want to say this. It's
insane.
It was definitely targeted towards maybe not the beginning part of the survey, but I got the gist that the whole survey was about third-party and where do you buy. That was basically the whole survey. To me, that's what I took out of it, and I could be reading wrong.
If somebody wanted to buy some third-party toys, where would they go?
Yeah.
No, but no, like from speaking to people in Hasbro, of course, know about the third-party stuff. It's not like they're oblivious to it. And there are people in Hasbro that think it's cool. Hasbro's official stance pretty much can't be that it's cool, but certainly people there certainly do. So it's not surprising that if an unauthorized or truly unauthorized survey popped out of Hasbro, that it would have that on it. So I'm not questioning the validity with that. It just seems really suspect.
Yeah.
But it could still totally be real. But it's like, for my company, I could release a survey and put my company's brand on it and send it out, and it would be for my company, but it wouldn't be like a fully blessed.
And there is an interesting picture at the end of the survey. If you get to the end of the survey,
is it Goatsy?
Is it the dancing banana?
Lemon Party?
I sent it out to everyone just to see. It's just like Optimus Prime, but kind of odd looking drawing of Optimus Prime.
Did you send an email?
Yeah.
Oh, I am pulling that thing up.
Yeah.
But I thought this was really interesting, and I wanted to talk about it just because it. Oh no, they use that.
I think that may be an indictment.
I think that is tip of the hand that there is. That's not. Yeah, I love that. Was my profile picture. That picture of Optimus for like 5 or 6 years.
Indeed.
Yeah, I love that picture. Yeah, it's the picture of what is it? The Great Race, the Great Autobot Race, whatever that storybook is. That I forgot the name of it.
I think it's something like the Great Race.
Something like that, where it's got a picture of Optimus with the Witwickies and everybody. I think it was the Witwickies.
And no faceplate.
And he has no faceplate, and he's smiling. Man, I think this could also be a really good troll too. Just somebody getting their kicks.
That picture sure seems trolly.
That's a long survey to set up the troll. Like I would have had a basic survey.
I've spent a lot. Dude, you've obviously never trolled somebody.
Man.
Take it from me. You'll go to great lengths to troll people. I spent years doing it, sir.
Yeah.
I stretched the same joke out for at least 1.5 years once, so. Yeah, so.
That's too much work for me.
It's fun. But it's entirely possible. It's real. But, yeah. I would like to have direct source from Hasbro saying, yes, this is our survey. Okay, so for all the people out there who are like, what are you talking about? We are just going to move along. So I thought this was interesting. This was on TFormers. Speculation that...
Yes, I wrote this.
So, Rob, go ahead and you tell us about it.
Okay, when the list of achievements for Transformers Devastation was leaked the other day, and just about every achievement had a piece of, like, production art with it, and one of them had a piece of art for, spoilers, if you don't want to know this character's in Transformers Devastation, go do something else for about 5 minutes. It had a picture of Nova Prime, who is apparently in the game. And the interesting thing is, and, you know, the first part of this is obvious, and I should have noticed it before, is that Nova Prime is more or less in Battle Core Optimus Prime's color scheme. Or rather, since he predates Battle Core Optimus Prime, other way around. Yeah. Okay, but the really interesting thing is that if you look closely at the torso on Nova Prime's design for Devastation, the whole figure is based on the, Combiner Wars Prime mold, but the torso is Motormasters. So it just got me wondering, I wonder if at one point in development, Battle Core Optimus Prime was supposed to be a Nova Prime to tie in with Devastation. That
would have been neat.
It would have. I am kind of sad now that is not what happened. But, it's just, I thought it was interesting.
I really like coming across stories like this because it helps sort of glean what folks inside of Hasbro were thinking when they were designing this stuff. And sometimes you have to make concessions, which is, it's weird that they actually made that concession. You would figure that they would just abort that toy.
It still doesn't explain the Star Saber head on that thing, though.
The design here, the photo, he looks like he's got Big Convoy's head to me.
Yeah, it's more of a Star Convoy head to my way of thinking.
Yeah. I wonder if a third party would do a conversion kit for Battle Core Optimus.
I'm sure about 8 of them are already working on it.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be too tricky, but of course you'd have to do like the whole torso and the shoulders since it's all part of the, the Motormaster truck face.
Yes, the ones who aren't working on turning it into Thunderclash are working on turning it into Nova Prime.
Yes.
Yeah.
And those are the ones who are, taking time out from their busy schedule of Dinobots.
Yeah.
And Devastators.
And Devastators.
God. And speaking of Battle Core Optimus Prime, he is available on Amazon if you want to pick that up. So, does any other retailer have that in yet? He's been on Amazon since Sunday.
No.
I haven't seen it anywhere else.
No.
And currently he's going for $24.99. That's a pretty good price if you want the toy.
Mm-hmm. And Rodimus, Legends Rodimus is on there too, just in case anyone cares.
And if anyone cares, you can go to Amazon through our website, go to tfradio.net, click on the Amazon logo, and buy. We have a link directly to Devastator if you haven't picked it up yet. Now, one thing that I thought was interesting, I find myself lately going to the Amazon warehouse deals if I'm going to buy something, because often you can just buy a item that's like in an open box, or it could be in a damaged package or such. And if you actually go to the page, there was an Amazon warehouse deal for it. I am not seeing it right now, but one person actually, Amazon warehouse, they have it for $109.19. It's listed as used. Usually that just means that the package has been popped open for whatever reason. So it's $109 plus tax.
What is?
Devastator.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I missed that part too, so.
Yeah, sorry, Devastator. So $109. Totally
That's
worth
not
that.
Bad.
It's not bad. If you don't have it, that's probably the way I would go and get it. It obviously wasn't available for pre-order that way, but if you want it and you haven't picked it up yet, that's absolutely a smart way to pick it up.
Pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's really cheap. But like I said earlier, also if you want Transformers Devastation, you can pre-order that from Amazon, and they will ship that out to you, and you'll get it out on the release date. And right now it's just $49. TFRadio.net, click on the Amazon link, or go to TFRadio.net and just tfradio.net/Amazon. It will take you right there. It doesn't cost you a penny more, and it helps us out. Be awesome if you could do it. Let's see here. Third-party stuff. Gravity Builder. New photos of Final Deco, not Scrapper, and not Mixmaster. I kind of like these.
They look good.
Yeah.
I honestly kind of like these. I'm not buying them, but I like the look of them. They look like toys, which is important to me because they are toys, and they also they're different than just the default slavish homage to the G1 characters. They add some sort of new design aspect that I like. I can't really put my finger on it, but they are more anime inspired, maybe.
Well, looking at the Scrapper figure, the first word that comes to my mind is chunk. You know, they're not slender little thin robots. They're a lot more beefy in pose and style. Like, I'm a big heavy piece of equipment in vehicle mode, and surprise, my robot mode is pretty, beefy too.
Yeah, I'm surprised that I actually like the look of these as much as I do. I would like to see a review of them. I'm not going to get them because, I'm satisfied with my Hasbro one. But if I was going to buy a third party, I might hold off and see how these turn out.
Oh, I'd be getting these. I'll be getting these.
I'm glad you exist, so you can tell me what to buy.
I'll be reviewing them. Yeah, I'll be reviewing them too.
Why are you definitely going to buy them? What is it about them?
The size.
They scale with his Warbitron Bruticus.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, this is the one that's bigger than the Hasbro version by an inch.
No.
No, that's the Toy World one.
So that's the other Devastator. No,
that's the other Devastator.
Oh my god.
That's third-party Devastator number 5.
Yeah.
What we need now is we need one more, and then we need a third-party upgrade kit that lets you use one Constructicon from each of the Devastators.
Oh, that would be great.
Oh, and then one of that would be like using the ColecoVision Atari adapter. And somebody would sue somebody.
But yeah, it looks nice. I'm not getting it, but thank goodness Diecast is. Anybody else have any thoughts on these?
They're pretty. I like them. I've got
too many Devastators.
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm gonna let Don and Diecast sort of gush on them. They spent a long time talking about these on the most recent There Goes My Money. You guys talk about the new Function X toys, because I know that you've already put a lot of thought into this.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're nice. I think they're really nice.
Yeah. Of all the Headmasters that could use an update, Highbrow is probably one of the ones who most need some kind of update to the toy, because, as I mentioned on the show, the G1 toy for Highbrow, the vehicle mode just is not that great. But I love the way what they've done with this jet helicopter mode. I think it looks great. I think it has a great profile. And it's nice to get another Function X figure a year after Sigma L came out. So I'm definitely looking forward to this one and Croc. But Diecast, did you want to tell them what we're guessing for Croc, or is that already?
It's obvious, I think.
Yeah, it's obvious. I mean,
I can't wait for it though. I can't wait for that.
As much as I want that alligator, because what they're saying is from City of Steel, Crocs is going to have an Alligator Con, which is the Optimus Prime based alligator robot. The problem is they had to use the freaking Optimus Prime chest plate in this toy. They should have just swapped out a part or something.
Yeah.
And not had that chest in the base model of the toy.
We'll get some repro labels that'll draw your attention away from it. It'll be fine.
That's a cheat. That's my real problem with this. I wasn't going to buy this anyway. I was going to get the Alligator Con when it came out.
See, the only reason
I think they did that with Crocs is because when he's in crocodile mode, it looks like where the driver goes.
Oh, I thought that. Okay, I'm not looking at it right now. I figured it would point down and you wouldn't actually see it.
The driver's supposed to sit in the alligator mouth.
He does.
Let me click
he
on
does.
it.
Oh.
Yeah, because the G1 figure, his headmaster rode inside the alligator mouth.
Oh, nice.
Which is definitely the safest place to be.
But that does look like but that is where his tech spec panel would be on the G1 figure.
I wish they could have made it so that Optimus Prime Windows space pointed down instead of up. Anything to just avoid the look of that, because I can't not see it.
I don't think the driver's going to go in his mouth. His mouth isn't big enough.
It does.
Remember
It looks
when
like it does.
It does.
No, remember when we saw this we saw the prototype of this at TFCon in Chicago. Ears in the mouth.
That's true, but the heads are so
The
small.
picture here shows the driver in the mouth.
It looks like the driver's in the mouth to me.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, the heads on these are small.
Yeah.
What surprises me about this is that Browning is up for a pre-order date of December. And we really haven't seen anything out of that figure yet. Like, I think the last thing we saw was renders.
And yeah, these look like renders too.
Just recently? Yeah.
Well,
so I wouldn't put too much faith in that release date being set in stone.
Well, usually for Croc, because I don't think for Croc these aren't renders.
The
I
Croc's
believe
is actual photo.
Yeah, and
that should be about ready to hit.
But Browning looks like a colored render.
But Fansproject is real bad about going for a long period of time with no information, and then when you see colored near final production test shots, they're going to be hitting in a couple of weeks. It's just the way they do stuff.
So what else are they going to repaint Browning into, though?
Obsidian?
Springer.
No. That's it. Well, now we really haven't had any other than Virus, which was the repaint of Code. They haven't done
Smart
repaint.
Robin.
Smart Robin is Sonic Bomber.
Oh, that's right. So you're right.
And we're thinking Crocs is going to be the Alligator Con. So
Right. But for all we know, that could be like a Fansproject Core exclusive. For all we know.
Yeah.
It's, the only thing I could think of really with this mold is animated Megatron, the vehicle mode.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I was thinking Beast Machine's Obsidian, but
I think the Alligator Con would be popular enough that they would want to mass release that.
you think
But
so?
that's me. I think so. I mean, anything Optimus Prime. Even
Well,
if
that was the first colors we saw it in, too, in sketches.
Yeah.
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 But I like, yeah, maybe.
Well, I told Diecast it's not a question of if, it's a question of when and where.
Yeah, I think I wish Diecast. I hope Diecast is right, because I hope more people want the Alligator Con, because it's the most awesome version. But I think most people who buy the stuff really want really slavish G1 inspired toys, and like a really fun, cool thing like that. Most people who buy the stuff probably really don't want to spend the money on it.
Well, I'll admit, when it comes out, I will probably be double dipping on this mold. I usually don't, but I think the Alligator Con would be such a distinct look.
Yeah, I would have to have that.
Yeah,
Only version I'm getting. Only one. I have not been collecting this. I got Code from John like 2 years after it came out, or 3 years.
Yeah.
I got a Smart Robin when it came out and regretted it. And that's the only one that I have.
Smart Robin is freaking awesome.
Yeah,
now,
he's a
the
great figure.
Decepticon animals are a little regrettable.
I didn't
So
qu-
far,
Well,
but Crocs looks better.
Didn't get Quadruple U.
Well, Quadruple U for me was a disappointment. I like Sigma L better than Quadruple U because at least he has a little more mass you can work with. But I hope Skull Cruncher is going to be on par with the vehicle Transformers as far as not having just robot bits stuck up under a beast.
Yeah. So I'm gonna jump to the next item, the last item in the news, and I'm going to change the title from what Jack posted it as. I'm going to change it to "Please Stop, KFC."
Yes.
For the love of God, please stop.
Please.
That's the new title of this article.
And don't insult us, because all we got is a picture. It's not even a render, from what I can see. It's a picture, and they're saying it's going to be out in November 2015. We haven't seen a prototype. We haven't seen...
KFC can pop stuff out, dude. They can absolutely pop stuff out.
like
crap
cassettes
stuff out.
or
Yeah, so this is oh god, it's it's a Masterpiece scale, not Blitzwing figure. And it's a drawing, but I would not be surprised if this comes out in November. So going back to a conversation we had on a mini cast a while back, I said something that we were arguing about if third-party companies were putting each other out of business. I think KFC is going to be one of the last third-party companies standing, because they obviously have the capacity to just churn stuff out. So they have something going on. Whether the quality of their stuff is highly questionable, but they really have the manufacturing capacity to do basically whatever they want. So I want to see it so I can laugh at it. But you know what? If it was really, 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 really nice and surprising, I probably still wouldn't get it, but I would probably raise my opinion of KFC.
it may fall apart in 3 pieces in your hand. I don't know if it'll be a good, triple changer, but
the one thing about KFC that I'll never forget, that the thing that really still bugs me at months, maybe a year after I got it, however long it was, I cut myself on the plastic of Dice Stack. And, just the sharp edges on their stuff, at least that's the one thing that I have. It's not a lot of quality control in their stuff.
Wow. And they always fix it on a second run anyway. So if you buy the first run, you're
Dice Stack was the
throwing
second
your
run.
Money out.
He was the second run. He was
yeah, but I'm just saying, and I'll group X-Trans bots in this group since they're part of KFC or use the same factory. They did the same thing with Apollyon. They did the same thing with their blaster, which I think was Transistor or whatever they called him. So, you buy the first run, it's going to have problems. You buy the second run, they're going to fix a lot of those problems. So don't buy the first run. But then the problem is that
they're also releasing
sell.
They're also releasing that blaster again. This time as twin cast.
Yeah,
I have a twin cast. Thank you.
So that stuff will, those problems will be fixed. All the problems that I always have always get fixed.
Yeah. Too bad I can't really sell my Dice Stack now because he sells on secondary market for $70 or $80. I saw.
Yeah.
Sadness.
Shouldn't have bought it to begin with.
So, Chris responded to that email that Diecast sent out. That Optimus used to be Kilby's Allspark avatar. This is true for years. It probably still is.
So I think we know who the troll is then.
Not saying. I think you actually have to. I think if I remember correctly, you may have to have a paid Survey Monkey account to do the to embed the logo.
I'm sure Hasbro lawyers will figure out who it is.
Yeah, they're very good about that. I gotta admit. Okay, not that I would know. So let's see here. What else we got going on? Is that it? News-wise? Yeah, that's it.
Sounds right.
Okay, let's see here. Hey, Rob, tell us what's also on TFormers this week.
Okay, we've got packaged photos of Transformers Adventure Runabout and Override, those being from the Blackjack and Legends Class Groove molds. A Megatron compilation DVD turned up in Australia that nobody knew about until a week after it was released.
So, and that's a compilation of Megatron stories? What is that?
Yeah, it's called 30 Years of Megatron, and it shows, I think, Armada, G1, and one other Megatron on the packaging. So yeah, it's just, Energon Prime and G1. So yeah, just a highlight reel of various Megatrons from throughout the history of the franchise. We've got new photos of Play With This 2 Wastelander, who has been redesigned for the upcoming new Kickstarter, and fingers crossed for them to get that over this time. Got photos from a Transformers event in Aeon Mall in Japan. A lot of the same things you usually see, the 8-foot tall Optimus Prime statues from various series, things like that. We've got a large gallery of Unite Warriors Menasor photos. It also came up this week. Unite Warriors Menasor has improved ratchets compared to in the hips compared to any of the other releases of that mold so far.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it apparently does help the combined version too, but it really does well for just Motormaster by himself. And lastly, we've got some new photos from Hisashi Yuki, who is doing his usual thing of promoting the upcoming toys on Twitter, and he's got Nightbird as a spider jockey riding Black Arachnia into battle. So that's about it.
So Spider Riders or Sectors, your choice.
Sectors were neat.
Hey, Diecast, why don't you tell us about the reviews that you have and the most recent episode of There Goes My Money?
Okay, well, the recent reviews are Unique Toys Hagen, and because that was the 5th figure of the group, I also did in the same video a little review on Orden, and then we have 2 Warbitron characters for their Not Computron, which are Hammer Sharpener and Speed Wheel, which is their light speed and nose cone.
Cool. Very cool.
And then this week on There Goes My Money, I had a special guest, Headmaster Don, and we talked about the new Function X guys, Dino King, KFC Ditka, DX9 Tyrant, and more. So definitely check that out.
Awesome. Very cool. And on This Week in Awesome with Rob Springer, he talked about more Minicon stuff. And his Devastator arrived in time to talk about it. He did not order it from tfradio.net/Amazon. So it took him like 5 years to get it. And he is moving this week. He and his girlfriend are moving, so they will not have a show this week. And on this, on Superhero Time Presents, that one episode of Star Trek, it's the original series episode, Is There in Truth No Beauty? It's hard to say that.
But
listen as the Superhero Time crew discovers, much to their horror, that the attractive guest star turns into Dr. Pulaski from The Next Generation.
Awesome. Sweet. Oh, man. Anything else, guys? We had a nice compact show this week.
Yeah.
Able to,
Take your survey.
Take your survey.
Take your survey.
See that little Easter egg at the end. Okay, well, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at TF Radio. You can follow me personally on Twitter at BKilby, BKILBY. Melvar's not on anything. Don, you're on Twitter at
HMRC, the number 4, EVR.
Diecast.
Diecast 2.
Rob.
RAC 2750 and Flailthroughs.
And John, are you there?
Mm-hmm.
At John.
You want me to give my Twitter handle? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
It is that John D.
And also at GTS Podcast.
Oh yes, absolutely. We're going to record the Jared episode, everybody, this week.
Yes. Okay. So we haven't recorded an episode of this Get the Skinny this week, but we are doing it tomorrow, and I guess I'll post it this weekend. But yes, we are going to talk about Jared, and I'm real. So like the episodes of Get the Skinny where we actually do a lot of planning, they don't turn out as good as the episodes where we just talk about stuff. And I have to say, I did pick up a couple books on Amazon this week that I wanted to talk about, but depending on how the Jared discussion goes, I may or may not go into those.
We'll get to them eventually.
Yeah, I think so.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so I guess that will do it. I guess we'll be back next week, probably. There's no reason not to.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You know, Chris will probably be back next week. He took a few weeks off, then he was sick this past weekend, so I think he'll be back next week. Okay, well, for the guys, I'm your host, Brian Kilby. We will see you later. Have a good one.
Later, everybody. Take care.
Wah, 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 wah.